Hello people, welcome back to yet another video. It's been a while. Let's talk about Arsenal and some other stuff. Now, this one will be short, just quickly a couple of words of obviously tonight's game, or rather last night's game, Arsenal Crystal Palace. Um, Pretty enjoyable game, finally a game that we could enjoy, finally a game that we could sit relaxed and watch. Um, a lot of goals scored, overall very good game management for me, and probably I will use the word I usually use in negative way against Arsenal, and I had to do that. I usually say that it's unprofessional uh, game management from Arsenal and professional behavior in general, especially the last couple of games in the Premier League. So tonight I will praise the team and I will actually use it in a positive way. So it was a very professional game management, very professional behavior by the team. Obviously, maybe Crystal Palace didn't deserve that 5-0, maybe 3-0 was kind of more fair to them. But I'll probably big up Crystal Palace as well because they didn't try to sit down and minimize the damage after it was 3-0. It was obvious that nothing happened for them. It was one of those days. They kind of missed a lot of players as well injured, so still they kind of tried to go for it. They tried to get at least a goal or something at the end of the game. So yep, that Martinelli is probably the last player on earth you want to play. You know, when you're tired and you're trying to attack, not the guy you want to allow to counter attack. So for the Crystal Palace fans, shit happens. You know, I don't think that any Crystal Palace fan was hoping to get anything from this game. It was very important for Arsenal. I think it's more important for Arsenal than for Crystal Palace. So overall, a good game to watch, enjoyable game. The result, as I said, probably flatters Arsenal a bit more. I think 3-0 would be more fair result. And yeah, as I said, a good game, very professional behavior by the players. The one thing I will say is I was reading all sorts of reports, and again, the pundits, I mean, English pundits, nothing in the world is like English pundits. I'm not sure what those guys are, on crack or heroin, whatever the hell it is. I'm sorry, but basically Arsenal were lucky. Arsenal didn't create many chances in the first half. The team scores in the first 10 minutes of the game. We were pressing, we were pushing, right? Then we get a second in the 36th minute, wherever it was. In between, Crystal Palace didn't create anything. It was all us, apart from that long shot from, was it Eze, I think, when David Raya made that wrong pass. And again, it's just a mistake from the goalie. It wasn't because of Crystal Palace did something unbelievable. It wasn't because the defense failed. It was just one off and the guys made the save. So apart from that, nothing else. Nothing else. Just like 40 feet shots that Raya could easily stop. So yeah, I think that the team was very comfortable on the field. They were trying to slow down the game a bit. They were trying to pull Crystal Palace out because obviously it's a team that plays low block. Even when they were 1-0 down, they still kind of try to play this way. So we get a second goal in 36 minutes. I'm not sure what the hell everybody was expecting from Arsenal. This is not the 90s. This is not the early 2000s when everybody was trying to play football and you had 5-6 nils every single week. Obviously, I don't understand really what's the criticism of the team tonight. Second half, I think it was even more dominant for Arsenal. Early goal, the team is 3-0 up. I'm not sure what they're expecting at this point. Did they expect Arsenal to go and try to win 10-0 and get half of the team injured? I'm not sure really, but as I said, those pundits are English media in general is just ridiculous. So overall, for me, very good game. Hopefully they can build a momentum. We need to beat Nottingham Forest as well next week when we're playing them, and then of course the big game against Liverpool. We have to beat them right now. The way it stays, draw is good result for them, so we have to. But there is time for that. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk in, it's actually more important for me, and again I was so pissed off when I read this, is so let's see. So it's basically this, right? And this is something that actually pissed me off a lot. So the reason it pissed me off a lot, not because it's Liverpool, etc. Right? Probably Liverpool fans are more annoyed uh, with VAR in general and English refs than Arsenal, because they kind of got a lot of bad decisions against them as well this season, especially that Tottenham game. Probably will be one of the worst decisions in English football history. But nothing against Liverpool in this situation. But as an Arsenal fan, you sit there, you read this, right? And they put so much shit. I'm sorry for the use this word, but on Arsenal, and basically it was a mistake. Liverpool was supposed to get a penalty. Arsenal basically didn't deserve to get anything from this game. And I'm reading this and I'm asking myself the question: so how is that a penalty, right? The guy's falling down, the ball hits his arm, which usually is a penalty, right? If the ball hits defending player's arm inside the box, his own box, that's a penalty, right? But then we go to the mentioned probably 100 times already Aston Villa game, Aston Villa Arsenal. The end of the game, Kai Havertz scores equalizer. The goal is disallowed. The goal is disallowed because Havertz hits the ball with his the ball hits his arm, which is a fact. There was a handball. They disallowed the goal. That's okay. So far so good. But then we watch replay, right, and we see Matthew Cash to hit the ball with his arm before Havertz, and then the ball hits Havertz. So basically, the guy gets uh, most definitely he gets an advantage, the defending player, from that, because he hits the ball with his arm. If not, the ball could potentially fall to Havertz's leg and he scores a goal. But the ball hits his arm, then it goes and hits Havertz's arm, and then it is allowed a goal. And when asked why a penalty wasn't given for Arsenal, if you're disallowing the goal because of the Havertz handball, why you're not giving Arsenal the penalty? Right? Because the hand was not in what they say natural position, right? It was way too high. It was in front of him, and he hits the ball. He gets the advantage. And basically, what they said back then is that they will look at defensive handballs and offensive handballs, differently, because they want to allow defenders to defend. So how the hell is that different? The guy's falling down and he puts his hand on. Yeah, he moves his hand, but he's not moving his hand towards the ball. He's just putting his hand on the ground so he doesn't smash his face into the ground. Otherwise, he will probably lose a couple of teeth there. So I'm just reading, and at this point, I'm pretty convinced that it's not like there's agenda against Arsenal or something like that. No, I just think that because Arteta was so openly critical against the refs in England, and the club backed him, it's kind of they're trying to kind of get a revenge, which is funny to be fair, because I think that apart from Arteta, Roberto De Zerbi, and by the way, good for him, respect. The guy literally openly said, I don't like most of the refs in the Premier League, and most of the managers don't like them either. It's just they don't want to speak about it openly. And I think that if you ask Klopp for an honest opinion, he will say the same thing. And by the way, you could see even Ange Postecoglou, right? The guy who was supposedly asking for everybody for patience and to let the refs do their job. Obviously, that was a shot at Arteta. I said it back then. The guy is here for 2 months. Give him time. It took like 2 weeks after that, and the guy was crazy, going crazy at the refs. That's what they can do, because English refs, as I said, I mean, it's probably one of the best leagues in the world, or at least in Europe for sure. It's one of the richest. It is the richest league in Europe. It's one of the richest in the world. It has so many great players, so many great coaches. But the level of the refereeing it's horrible. I mean, you can go and watch Italy's Serie C, not Serie B, right? Serie C, and you'll see better refs there. You can go to Spain and watch like whatever the hell. Sorry, I forgot what was their second league name, and you can see better refs there. Hell, you can see better refs here in Eastern Europe. So it's just awful, right? I mean, it makes absolutely no sense. Again, this is not a shot at Liverpool. I understand that Liverpool fans probably are pissed off with that, but you need to understand us from our point of view, right? Because we are getting punished left, right, and center. As I said, that goal against Newcastle, and again, this is not an excuse for the poor performances, but that goal against Newcastle, They allowed the goal. They said the contact was not enough. Apparently there is a contact meter in VR system, right, that kind of, I don't know, measures the force of the push. But literally 2 days later, after that game, I was watching Champions League game. I think it was Napoli who scored a goal, and the goal was disallowed for exactly the same thing, a push at defender's back. Right, so you need to understand that. And as I said, I think that Liverpool fans should actually back up Arsenal here, not going against. I know the score went against you. I wouldn't be bothered that much. You're still first, you're still top of the league. But as I said, the same way you were annoyed with, that Tottenham horrible decision that went against you. I always try to be fair when I'm watching. I always try to be unbiased. The same way last year when I was watching United versus City. Obviously, Arsenal fans had to cheer for United to get something out of City because we were in the race with them. But I was so pissed off when they allowed that Rashford goal because, yes, you want City to drop points, you want your rivals to drop points, but you want it to be fair. You don't want to be cheated. And again, this is not shots at United. This is not their fault that the refs are horrible, because United also got a couple of horrible goals against them. And apparently the refs in England are operating with the logic that sooner or later you will basically get rewarded, right? So if there are some bad goals made against you, there will be bad goals made for you, which is, yeah, it's great. So basically what they're saying is not that we're trying to improve, is that we're shit and we will be shit for everybody. So great, amazing logic. But as I said, unfortunately it matches the pundits in England, because I've never seen worse pundits than in England. It matches the media in England. Again, I'm sorry, but sometimes when you read, sometimes when you listen to those guys talk, it's just unbelievable. Sometimes you even ask yourself, are you guys really professional footballers, or are you guys really into sports? Do you even watch sports? And I think I will use Cafu here, one of the greatest right backs. The guy said it the best way, right? When I think he hates English football for whatever reasons, but he said it the best way. There is no worse media than English media in the world. Sports media. So yeah, didn't want to be around the English media here, but I think that at this point probably every football club in England, and not just the Premier League going down as well, everybody's probably fed up with this shit that's going on. I don't understand why Howard Webb is even responsible for the refs. I mean, he himself was a horrible ref. I don't know, just go and hire some Italian guy or Spanish guy, probably Italian better. They have amazing refs there, as long as they're not corrupted. Just hire a guy there and he will fix this up, because honestly this is just going the wrong way, and it's going fast. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed my little rant here. Hopefully you liked the video. Please like the video, share the video, comment on it, and up to the next one.